Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Man, what's going on? What's happening, everybody? Good evening. Got new stuff and don't know how to act, man. Pardon me about that. It's the episode.
When you gonna start, man?
The Sports Chasers Podcast. As you can see, we got some new digs going on, and hey, man, we're just trying to improve and just make it do what it do, man. So, hey, it's the Monday Night Blitz. It's the three of us. I got the DA and I got D-Dubs. Let's start with D-Dubs. What's going on, brother? How are you tonight?
Yo, what's up, man? You see, I got rid of that hat real quick. Yeah, I can't do it, man. We'll talk about it, but yeah, man. College football, NFL. I don't know. I can't really say it was a good week, man. Depending on who you're asking.
Man. So, like I said, this is our Monday Night Blitz. We're going to talk about college football, Texas and Michigan. Hey, Northern Illinois. All I gotta say.
But a good game. Good game plan.
Good game.
The game plan usually wins. Yeah.
We'll talk about the AP.
Keep the ball on the ground,
Definitely. We'll talk about the AP top 25 in college. We also got we'll talk about, then we'll pivot to the NFL. We'll talk about 5 of the best games on yesterday, or probably 6, it looks like, and we'll talk about some of the hot topics like Deshaun Watson. He got
he got something. I don't know. I wasn't there, brother. But
he got nothing. Dak Prescott gets a contract extension, $240 million. Check on how the Caleb Williams and Bo Nix and those guys did on yesterday, and we'll talk about some other stuff, man. DA, what's going on? Even though you kind of chime in already, what's going on, brother? How are you tonight, man?
Man, I'm good. Trying to, stay focused, man.
Stay focused.
Trying to stay focused. Yeah, man.
And shout out to all those that's watching us.
Bring my thing down, man. I'm like half of my head is up here, and half I don't know what the heck's going on. Man.
We'll get you straight.
You see. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
New curtain thing got me all moved around.
I'll work it out here in a second. We'll do that for now. Yeah. We'll do that for now. There's 3. I still don't understand why I did that. Okay, but we'll fix it. What I was saying. Yes, so we'll start off with college football here. We'll definitely start off with college football. A lot of things to get into when it comes to sports tonight, man. Like I said, the AP top 25, man. I'll pull this up right here. You got Georgia, you got Texas, number 2, Ohio State. They're number 3, Alabama. Who else here? You got Ole Miss. Yep.
My man Laney and his crew, hotty toddy. Missouri, Tennessee is really good. Penn State is surprisingly good, but this is the first week, so
yep.
The second week actually. Oregon played well. They had a tight game first week. Last week did really well. Hurricanes played well. They had A&M, so that wasn't really much of anything. So,
I was going to say about Oregon, they had to take a last minute field goal to beat Boise State. But
Boise State balled. So they balled out. So I mean, Oregon, I don't think they're as strong as they were last year, but we'll see. I don't believe they are based on what I've seen thus far. I don't think they're as strong as they were.
Gotcha.
But a good team nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. And USC is 11. Utah is 12. They beat Baylor. 23-12.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
that's a
State.
good win. That's a good
Oklahoma.
game. I watched
Yeah.
that.
You got Kansas State. You got Oklahoma. You got LSU. You got Michigan, who we'll talk about here in a second. Then now it's number 17. Notre Dame, who we'll talk about in
I'm not
another
sure.
second. They're number 18. Number 19 is Louisville. 20 is Arizona. Iowa State. Big win over Iowa the other day on Saturday. Clemson, they did what they supposed to do. They beat App State real bad, 66-20. Nebraska, we'll talk about them in a little bit. They beat down Colorado. Boston College beat Duquesne. They shut them out. And Northern Illinois enters the top 25. They're 2-0. So, it is what it is, right?
I don't know if they belong. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they belong there, but they are there, right?
Yeah. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also on the podcast side, you give us that. Hold on. 5-star review. 5-star review. Please make sure you take care of us that on that side. And hey, we're about 5. What did I say the other day, guys? I said we're about 5.
5.
Yeah, we're about I was saying
5 subscribers.
5 subscribers for 2,600. So where you at?
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
If you know somebody,
I got 5 on it.
Yeah, we just need 5 more.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. So,
and I promise I'll stop cursing. So,
nah, I think they want that in writing. I think they want that in writing, bro. They probably want that in writing, man. If you're saying that, man. So, let's move on to college football. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the other one's a lie, so I can't say that. I'm not going to lie to Mama Warren at all, ever. So we're not doing it. Forget it. Sorry. All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Let's start off. This is from the AP. Quentin Ewers has led Texas to road wins in 2 of the toughest places to play college football in consecutive seasons. Ewers threw for 246 yards and 3 touchdowns, helping number 3 Texas route number 10 Michigan 31-12 on Saturday, a year after the quarterback and the Longhorns won in Alabama. Ewers just said, "I just enjoy big moments. Texas became the first school to beat Michigan and Alabama on the road in consecutive seasons since Notre Dame pulled off the feat in 1979 and 1980 with different quarterbacks, according to Sports Trader. The Longhorns 2-0 moved the ball at will through the air and on the ground against the defending national champions whose turnover-prone offense failed to throw or run the ball effectively." That pretty much summed up Michigan's day. Let's give kudos to the Texas Longhorns. They play ball. They just look bigger. I know DA is going to say it. Michigan lost a lot of players from earlier. They lost a whole lot of guys to the NFL, and it was from the beginning. It was no contest. They were just bigger. Texas just looks like they was faster, and I'll give it to the DA. Go ahead, bro.
As everybody says this, and they recruited like an SEC school. Now they are SEC schools, so they recruited like one. They have those size players, those type players. That's what they have. They got SEC caliber players all over the roster, and you can see they were bigger, stronger, faster. It was not surprising that this would happen. I wish the new coach at Michigan luck, because they run the same stuff they ran last year, but it's just different players. So you're going to have a far different result, and you can see that. So they're going to have to tighten up, start paying up that money, get that NIL pub up out there, like Texas is, so you can get them kids, So that's it. It's about not the gyms, it's about the Joes. So, they're going to have to get that money right and start getting them kids, We'll see how Harbaugh is a great recruiter. We know that. So the reality is, what can you do to recruit the kids, the same type of kids that he recruited?
Right.
And that's what they need to do. So it's not easy, but evidently it's not hard because the kids were just there last year. Now, I don't know, people didn't say, I talked to some people, they didn't say they were young. Like, because sometimes that's an excuse. Well, there's a young team. No, they had kids there. There were a lot of dudes on that team Saturday that were there when they won the national championship. Maybe they weren't starters last year, but they were there. They were in the atmosphere. They got the rings. So I can't, just offhand say, man, they're young. Nah, man. No. Nope. You get none of that from me. So whatever you're doing, you better step it up. So yeah, but it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't
no contest at the half. It was 24-3. And you just never thought Michigan was in the game at all. Passing yards, the Texas had 246 yards passing, 143 yards running, 389 in total offense. Michigan had 204 yards passing. They had 80 yards rushing. Michigan couldn't run the ball. That's just what it was. And, hey, like
they can't do nothing, man.
Go ahead, D.
No, they couldn't do nothing. And that's what would caused me to turn the TV off at the half. I was done.
You went to Lowe's.
That was the Lowe's time. Lowe's Run, Target, Walmart, Home Goods. If you got a Home Goods in your area, anything that you had to do, that was the time to do it at about halftime because the game was over. And like you said, I mean, it just wasn't the physicality with Texas was, far superior compared to what Michigan was rolling out there. And it is what it is, man. That's how college football goes. And they won they win a national championship, and you have to retool. And guys leave, and that's just what it is, man. You gotta be prayerful and hopeful that you bring people back. 9 times, prayerful. That has some prayer in there, bro.
Yeah.
But half the time, it's not gonna.
You got to
not gonna pan out
to make it today.
Who's that? That's Hammer, right?
Pray, yeah. You got
shout out to MC Hammer, wherever he may be.
Yeah.
That was a dude back in the day.
Hey, he was right though. So yeah,
yeah, but yeah, Kev,
Michigan might need to pray. So.
Yeah, Michigan definitely need some prayers from the righteous, man.
Not a surprise though. So not a surprise.
Yeah, not surprising. I mean, I was hoping that we have a better game. I'll say that. I thought maybe the game would be a little bit more competitive, but it was out of reach by or you could tell it was over. I wouldn't say out of reach, but it was pretty much done deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. Well, like I said, Texas moves up. Michigan moves down to number 17. I think Texas is for real. Like I said,
Texas is real.
Yeah, Texas is for real. I think Ewers is a good quarterback. And like you said, they interior lines, both on the offense and on the defense. Nothing to be played with, man. Nothing to be. Nothing
big boys.
Let me move on to the next game. Northern Illinois. Let me just read this from the AP. Kenyon Woodhill hit a 35-year-old field goal with 31 seconds to play. Cade Haberman blocked a 62-yard try as time expired as Northern Illinois stunned number 5 Notre Dame 16-14 on Saturday. Haberman blocked the 62-yard attempt by Notre Dame's Mitch Jeter, allowing the jubilant Huskies to claim their first non-conference victory against a ranked opponent since a 19-16 upset of Alabama in 2003. It was also the Huskies' first victory over a top 10 opponent. Northern Illinois head coach Thomas Hammock was emotional after the dramatic victory. He said this: "We didn't need luck." Hammock said, "That was our theme. I didn't think we need luck. We just need to play our best. It wasn't the cleanest for us, but we played hard for 4 quarters and stayed together. They worked together. They believed, and they made enough plays to win. This is a program-changing type win, no different than when we beat Alabama a while ago." Hammond said his Huskies measured up to Notre Dame. So, Coach, if you saw the game, I watched the game, and he was very emotional at the end, crying and stuff like that. And it was absolutely, definitely genuine, I felt. And he also played at the university, which even made it more emotional. So he know what it is. And, South Bend is a hard place to play in. Go ahead, D-Dubs.
Kev, you're forgetting the most important part. They got a $1.4 million bag out the deal. That's the most important part. Forget all the other stuff. At 1.4.
You got
They
paid
got
to
a bag.
beat them.
They got
You
paid to beat them.
Yes, that's it. They paid you money to beat
You understand what I'm saying? That's the magic. And Notre Dame is like, golly, we just paid up. That we paid them just to get the easy win. Because Notre Dame thought they was walking in there. This is nothing. This is
that was the problem.
Northern Illinois.
Yeah, and when they looked up, they were in a game and they didn't know how to deal with getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah,
so,
they was in the game for 4 quarters. They wasn't expecting to be.
That's it's not the head coach, right? So I'm not going to say that. The position coaches did not get dudes ready to play. Dudes are out there thinking this is going to be an easy win. I'm sure. I'd bet money 30 dudes on that starting team in the back of their mind, like, oh, man, we're gonna be out. I ain't worried about this.
Say it again.
We're gonna be out. We're gonna be out. You know, it's a Northern Illinois.
I want the people in the back to hear. Go ahead. Okay.
We're gonna be out. We're gonna be out. And this is Northern Illinois, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's I told my girl and my girl's girl and all of them to come see because I'm gonna get busy today on Northern
Illinois.
But they got busy on you. So you lost your girlfriend that day. But that's
both of them.
Hey, you have to. It's a program, fellas, and that's why it's no longer a team. They're programs, man. And when you have a program, guys come into that situation every week like they're pros. They come into like, so what are we doing? And like I said, I don't have a college football team. But if I did, it would be Alabama. And that would just be because of Saban. And I rock with dudes that win. They come into it with the mental mindset that we're supposed to be here. It's a hard game. Every game, we got to go at everybody the same way. And when schools, win a big game the first week and then lose the game the next week to a school that they probably should not have lost to, that speaks to preparation. So that's a failure on the coach at the end, but all the individual position coaches over the course of the week did not get those guys ready to play.
Well, that's pretty much what it was, man. What your mama tell you? Treat everybody the same. If you treat everybody the same, you have the same result. You won't have no problems.
Yeah. 5-star kids versus 3-star kids.
Treat them like 5-star. Even though you could beat them, but treat them like 5-star.
You better.
So D, so you say you lay more blame, if we're gonna lay more blame, on the positional coaches, and just dive into that a little bit more. And
because the head coach in a college football team, especially as big as Notre Dame, they have input. They do the speech. They do this. But all week you're in rooms, classes with your position coaches.
Correct.
You're practicing with your position guys. All right. When we see this, we're going to do this. When we see this, we're going to do that. And then you get together, you run the whole plays, right? So you do it individually, then you do it as a whole, right? And then you go to the classroom. And when you go to the classroom, you're with your individual coaches. That should have been telling them, okay, Northern Illinois does this. Look out for this. When you see this formation, you do this. When we do this, they're going to do this. This is what we can do off that. Evidently, it didn't happen because they couldn't stop them from running the damn ball. And they had a little chunky dude, Chunky A, number 1. He caught a pass and beat everybody down the field on that long touchdown throw. Number 1, I forget his name. The brother that plays for Northern Illinois, but
his name is something Brown here. Let me dip his name. Ontario Brown.
Ontario should not have been by himself when he caught that ball.
Oh, he got loose.
Shoot, loose. He's behind everybody. He's standing there. So that's somebody blew something, and the players, of course, play, so they got to get 65-70% of the blame. But it's a mind state that I don't think those kids have yet, that I see other teams have. So that's all.
Right. Yeah. True. Definitely.
Guys.
Ryan's in the building. Ryan's in the building. So
What up?
Notre Dame, like I said, they
What's up,
go to.
fellas?
What's going on, Ryan? How are you, sir?
Good, brother. Good. Can y'all hear me fine?
We can hear you
Yeah.
fine, Ryan. We were just talking about Notre Dame's Northern Illinois beating Notre Dame. Your thoughts on that game? I know I'm putting you in the fire right away.
Oh, no problem. They had Notre Dame had several opportunities to put that game away, and they didn't. They kept letting that Northern Illinois hang around, and they paid the ultimate price for it. You know, you start giving these teams confidence late in the game, man, and you know, with a chance to win, you know, they'll capitalize on that. So it was like I said, Notre Dame had plenty of opportunities to put them away. They didn't do it. You know, Notre Dame, you know, the offense, you know, was very stagnant. You know, not going downfield, nothing like that. It was just very, very, very basic offense. It looked like their intentions was just to maul them or just manhandle them, and then that team would quit. But these smaller teams, man, they got players on there too. It's just, you know, just because, you know, it's not a 4-star, 5-star, you know, caliber school that people are going to. These kids are going to. They compete, man, and they got heart, man. And it was very nice to see the coach afterwards.
Yes.
You know, in his interview with the raw emotions, man, because that was just that's sports, right? And that's why we love sports, and that's why we love sports. But yeah, like I said, man, Notre Dame had plenty of opportunities, you know, to seal that victory. Did not do it. Let them hang around, and that team was not afraid. Team was not afraid at all.
At all.
And I always say, man, I've always told my kids this, man. They practice too. Like, don't go into a game thinking you're the only one that practiced this week. When I high school, my coach, hey, they're practicing too. They're practicing all week, just like we are. Don't go in thinking, you know, oh, Northern Illinois just came off the bus. They didn't even practice. No. No.
Yeah.
They got a sled. They got tackling dummies. They got everything you got. Maybe not as nice. Maybe not as big, but they got it. And they're using it. So, you know, like I said, Freeman has to, the coach of Notre Dame, he's still, I think, changing the culture. So I don't think the culture is where he wants it yet. He's still changing the culture, getting it to where it needs to be.
Right.
But do you think they really, like, as far as what you mean by changing the culture, the way they play or the culture? I mean, it's Notre Dame. They already got their culture. You know, Notre Dame is
the way they
a historic school.
The way this iteration of Notre Dame football has no identity, right? So,
got you.
They had the identity, right? And I'm gonna tell you when they lost it. When they went in that championship game against Alabama and got smashed, everything crumbled. Because then you had what's the name from
Roll Tide.
They haven't been the same since. You're right.
They haven't been the same. So
good point.
They won because they're a good team. And because they're not in the conference, their schedule is always favorable, right? Because they're always going to play like Navy, win that game. They're going to play Boston College. They may not win that game this year, but then they got USC, right? So they have usually in their schedule, they got, and I mean, the history of the school. They have these games.
Yeah.
So they just didn't think they were going to lose it this time. But like I said, the culture has to be a culture of every play, every down, every game like it's your last. If they don't play like that, right? They got ESPN on the cover. They got everybody's son is playing there. Plaxico, Bettis, what's the brother's name from the pivot? Ryan Clark. Another dude.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of dudes. All these dudes' kids is playing for them, and they're on ESPN talking about it. Don't talk about it, baby. Walk about it, baby.
Yeah.
That's all.
And also,
that's all they said. Illinois.
Yeah. Also, too, guys. I think because they're not in a conference, they're independent, in the new college format, I think they can't be no lower than 5 or 6 or something like that. The power conferences, yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying. So even if they were undefeated, they can't be ranked, number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying if they were undefeated and were the top team in the nation, because they're not in a conference, the conference winners gets those top seeds. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you're right. Yeah.
And their RPI is never going to be the same because if you're in the conference, right? That's why you have, if you look at, and Kevin put it up earlier, top 25, I think you have 4 or 5 teams in the SEC up there because they play each other. So what happens is during the season, them playing each other, because Georgia's going to play Texas this year. So what happens is even whoever loses that game, they're still to the better. It's still to the good because you lost to Georgia and you played them hard, or you lost to Texas and you played them hard. And Texas is a really good team. So for years that happened in the SEC when it was the old format, and until you get teams that can kind of compete, then it is what it is. But let's move on to the next one. What you got, Kevin Cal?
Well, you know what I got here.
Oh, damn it.
We go to Lincoln, Nebraska. From the AP, Dylan Piola passed for 185 yards and a touchdown. Nebraska turned a smothering defense performance into a big early lead, and the Cornhuskers went on to beat Colorado 28-10 in a game that turned into a slog in the second half Saturday night. That's how we wanted to come out. Dominance. Defensive lineman Ty Robbins said we wanted them to feel us. Pause. The Huskies 2-0 sacked Shedeur Sanders 5 times and pressured him throughout while winning the final meeting of a 4-game home series. The Buffaloes 1-1 had won the first 3. We expected to score, and we expected it to be like this. Second-year Nebraska coach Matt Rule said, we have a good team. And that's pretty much it. Let me just give my peek on this. And me and Ryan talked about this a little bit. Also, the DA. Again, shout out to Nebraska. Nebraska looked like they had, again, just like Texas and Michigan, they had some big boys in the middle. On both sides of the ball, they got to Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, 6 times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
5
times.
5.
My thing is, why we didn't run the ball or try to at least. That's my thing.
The black shirts back, Kev. Y'all don't understand that. It's what they used to call the Nebraska defense when Ndamukong Suh and those dudes were there. They were called the black shirts. That's what the Nebraska defense was known as during the 80s and the 90s and maybe early 2000s before things kind of got bad for them. The black shirts are back, man. And they always had a D-line, man. Like going back in history, always had the offensive line because they used to run that option back in the days. And they always had a defensive line, man. So Tommy Frazier, I believe, won the Heisman there from Nebraska.
Correct.
Tommy Frazier. 2-time champ.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is they had Boz. Boz was Oklahoma. But Ndamukong Suh was there. There were some other guys there that played defensive line that came out of there. I think Justin Smith. They had this is what they do. When they get back in their bag, this is what they do. So I think it's going to be really, really good to see them continue on in the new division and work their way back to the dominant team that they used to be. They used to be a really dominant program back in the days, folks.
Yeah. And also too, man, like with Colorado, they just, they have the skill positions. Skill positions are fantastic. I mean, I think they have the top 2 player in college with Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? He's just that good on both sides with wide receiver, D-back. He's that good. So they have the skill position. They just struggle against the trenches, man. Whether it's the offensive line, defensive line, any team that can dominate them up front, and that's football, right? You know what I'm saying? You win in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? It all starts there. If you can't protect the quarterback, you're in for a long night. If you can't establish the run somewhat to keep them off balance, you're in for a long night. And like you said, Kevin, you know, the first drive was just like a 3-and-out, just you know, throwing little check down passes, like, you know. With football, it's all about, even if you're not running the ball successfully, right? You still have to attempt a run or be in a package where it looks like it's a run play. Maybe you can play action out of it. It's something. You just can't go spread all the time and not try to run.
They was spread. The first couple of series they went out, they was all spread. They ain't tried.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Right.
Do something.
Yeah, it's just it's just like the other way, where okay, we're just gonna, even though we can't pass deep, we're gonna throw deep anyway just to soften up the coverage. So just to give you the the look that, hey, we'll try it every now and again. They didn't establish the run. They didn't want to establish the run, and therefore Nebraska didn't have to defend the run. They were just sitting on the passes. That's why it was a pick six at the end zone. Yeah. Because they were just sitting on the passes. So
what yeah, I agree with all that. I just think it's like, they can't cook steak because they don't have any steaks. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys didn't run. They knew they wasn't going to be able to run. Everybody got the film. Everybody got the film, man. He didn't try. He didn't try because he knew he couldn't. He didn't try because he knew he couldn't.
Yeah, but even if you know you can't, you still got to disguise it. You got to give an option.
I would hope so. I would hope so, right? To keep your quarterback upright, standing upright. But
hey, put a tight end back there to chip, or running back there to chip, or fullback, something.
But if you ain't got one, you can't do it.
Hold on.
He was bringing Louis.
Yeah,
it wasn't Louis. It was Conway's. It was 5 and below. It was that shit. That's what he bought. Let me tell you something, man. What did I say last week? Are y'all shocked? We seen the same. We didn't see nothing last week. We didn't see nothing. The same problems last year. Offensive line, defense, same stuff. It's the same thing.
Me and Kev, we talked. I talked to Kev because Kev's number one Deion Sanders fan. And
no. You got your cape. You got your cape on for Deion. I got mine on.
I said I think it's.
So we're even.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
And it wasn't for lack of. It was. Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
I think he's.
No, it wasn't.
I think he got 6 years.
Yeah, it wasn't for lack of try, because they brought in the top rated tackle offensive lineman.
They did.
They brought him in. So it's.
But it's just not enough. It's not enough. They don't have enough.
I think it has to do with schemes. It's all about schemes, man. Like. You got a scheme. You just can't. You just can't go out there.
But you got to figure out the personnel you have, and they're correct. The scheme. You got to understand what you got. And I don't know. I don't know why they haven't been able to put that together in the last 2 years so far.
No, it's still early in the tenure. So I mean,
absolutely. But you don't see them winning no more. I don't see. We're not like they gonna be, what we said 6 games. Well, I said 6 games. They
got Colorado.
Yeah, I mean,
next week.
Well, they won 4. They won 4 last year, and prior to that, they had only won 1. And I mean,
they on the way up. If you want, if you want to take a what's that consultation prize? A consultation prize?
Consolation.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. They on they're on their way up. But yeah, I'm not. Nebraska did what Nebraska. They're a better team this time around. I think.
Yeah, because they beat them. They beat them last year. I think Colorado beat Nebraska last year.
Colorado got them last year at home. They was at home, and Nebraska returned the favor. So
yeah.
I just didn't like all the foolishness. I mean, I didn't understand why he left 2 minutes early. I think he addressed all of that. It sounded like it was a blame game, but
yeah, I think he was. I mean, because he was taking some shots. Could be some frustration, but he was taking some shots too. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't continue to keep on taking car wreck shots, man. I mean, he's getting hit just about. Wait, what we said? 5 times? You got sacked? What, 5?
Yeah. And right. And my thing is they pass the ball. Shador, is a capable passer. He's fantastic. They have the wide receivers. So if you should be able to run because you know what I'm saying, because they're playing to your strength in passing the ball. So you should be able to run the ball.
Correct.
At least sometimes. I mean, I know he came out and was saying, well, why are we going to run the ball and we know we can't? Well, that's a problem. I mean,
you should try.
What do you mean? That's
what you've been working on all week long.
That's a major part of football, man. Is getting everything together. Is scheming. Getting a run game. Acclimated and playing. And playing off your run or playing off your pass. So, okay. They're not running the ball where they can't do play action because nobody's scared of the run, but people are scared of the pass. So you should be able to run the ball. So I don't want to hear that you don't that you don't have the offensive line or the players to run the ball. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Ryan, I'm with you on that one. Go ahead.
First 3, I say it again. The first 3 offensive possessions by them, all they did was spread out. They didn't even put a running back in the back, like I said, to chip or anything like that. So, which leads me to believe that's what y'all wanted to do. So,
sound like we want to pad the stats and
I'm not going there.
I will. That's what it sounds like to me. I got this. Got my son, and I'm going to try to get home the best stats in the world. Yo, bro, let's be real. That's how I feel about it. I mean, somebody's going to say otherwise, but I see it like, this is my son, and I'm going to try to get him to the NFL and get him to a professional team, and we're going to pad the stats and get the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, and there were reports, D-Dubs, that that some players were saying that he's only promoting Shador.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dog. If I was a player, I'm not going to I'm not going there because I know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying?
Beyond hate. We knew it about y'all guys. We knew it.
Bro, I didn't say not one thing bad. I'm saying man, take the pacifier out your mouth, take whatever is in the mouth, take it out.
Yeah, but to Deion's credit, he did start that that partnership with the bank that gave the players who had kids money and stuff like that. So so I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's not doing stuff for the other players on the team. But like I said, there was a report.
I'm just saying
there's a report.
If I'm a player, I'm not talking about that's great, Deion. I mean, congratulations. You said you showed somebody how to open up a bank account. That's fine. That's great. Good, got it. But what I'm saying is, as a player, if I'm playing and my goal is it's the same goal as his son, I don't know if I'm going to achieve that because this guy, the coach, is 100% in on his son. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, his son's pretty damn good though. So you can only be 100% in with somebody, if you have the talent. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a good player, that's all I'm saying. As far as going to the NFL, that's what I mean. As far as going to the NFL, not to make the team or to contribute on a college team. There's only so many people who can go to the NFL and make it. So but it's
his son is good, but he didn't look that good. He didn't look that good Saturday night.
No, he didn't, because listen, we all know you put pressure on any quarterback, it's not gonna look good.
Yeah.
And unfortunate too.
And that kid,
Shiloh broke his
that
arm. Yeah, he
yeah,
broke his arm. Yeah, so that's
and
unfortunate.
that Raiola kid, all the hype about him, talking about he looking like this guy. I'm like, I wasn't that thoroughly impressed with him either.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Right? He played cool. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what next year holds for him. Yeah, what they saying that he's Patrick Mahomes looking like or whatever and stuff like that.
He does look just like him.
He does. Yeah.
And he
I'm
does
just saying,
the
hype,
stuff like that. Yeah. So
there's a lot of hype.
Yeah. Well, this guy come with hype, and hopefully he can be the hype. If that's what it is, man. So, man, we'll definitely see. I think I believe Colorado has Colorado State next week. Remember that game? That game was in Boulder last year.
That's another little rivalry there. So
I think that was a game where
and that was a close game.
Yeah. Well. Travis Hunter got hurt.
When they got the cheap shot in the ribs.
So yeah, we'll look out for that. We'll see. Definitely we'll see, man. But DA, he's trying to get back on here. He's having some technical difficulty. We'll get to DA. We're definitely going to move along. We're finished with college here. With that said, hey, we're going to have a word from BetStamp. Hey, make sure you're betting. Hey, the Jets, well, they just started already. So, hey, bet on somebody doing something in the first half for the Jets, man. So, check out BetStamp. Check out this. Hold on. Exciting news. I'm thrilled to announce our partnership with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert, opening up an incredible opportunity for you to join some of our favorite sportsbooks to get the best odds and new user offers. Head over to our dedicated page at signupexpert.com/sportschasers to explore a selection of sportsbooks tailored to your region, each with unique offerings. If you're ready to take your sports betting to the next level and show some love for our brand, I highly recommend signing up for your next sportsbook through my expert sign up link. You can easily find it in the description of this video. Thank you, BetStamp. Shout out to BetStamp. Hey, let's move along to the National Football League. The National Football League, man. We got the Jets and the 49ers. They're in action right now. Aaron Rodgers, how many plays has he played? We'll see if looks like he just threw an incomplete pass. It's 4th and 3. Yeah. Well, it looks like he got through the first series, man. So thank God.
Yeah, he made it.
He made it.
No, he made it.
I wonder if that was on BetStamp.
Yeah. Right.
But hey, let's move to the National Football League, man. A lot of things to get into. Let's talk about the games first. Let's go to one intriguing game. We got we'll go to Cincinnati. Jacoby Brissett didn't have to be spectacular in the first start for the Patriots. The journeyman quarterback had Ramondre Stevenson to run the ball against the Cincinnati Bengals, who didn't put up much of a fight. Stevenson rushed for 120 yards in a first quarter touchdown. Joey Sly kicked 3 field goals, and New England won Gerard Mayo's debut as coach, beating mistake-prone Cincinnati 16-10. On Sunday, Brissett, the 9-year vet, chose by Mayo to start over the first-round draft pick Drake Mayo, held onto the ball, kept the Patriots moving well enough to outlast the slow-starting Bengals. The Bengals off to another slow start again. He was great, Mayo said. He made plays with his arm. He made plays with his legs. He was a tough guy. He took some hits. And again, I'm just like, man, get up. He did everything we asked him to do. And, hey, Brissett, he was pedestrian, 15 for 21, 24 for 121 yards, no TDs, and he did not give the ball to the other team. I'll give it to D-Dubs. D-Dubs, what you think about New England beating Cincinnati? And Cincinnati, hey, they off to another slow start again.
Yeah, that just seems like it's par for the course with Cincinnati. I was shocked because I definitely picked Cincinnati to win this game because I wasn't expecting New England to do anything, and it was Jacoby Brissett, and
they didn't do anything.
Yeah, and yeah, Yeah, it was.
They just won.
They did it. It was a pretty much a lax game, and New England held on to win. They played good. So they did enough. They did enough to win. Definitely.
Joe Burrow was 21 of 29, 164 yards, no TDs, no touchdowns. Moss was 9 attempts, 44 yards, and nothing.
Oh, Moss. Yeah.
Pretty much nothing. They I don't know. I'll give it to the DA. His man Burrows was in the game. Thoughts, DA?
Yeah, I got it. Hey, I only got one thing to say.
They play
Jamar
nice.
Chase is about to get paid. No, Jamar Chase is about to get paid. That's all I got for you. That's it. It's back in the days when Emmett held out for Dallas and Jerry didn't want to pay him, right? And then they lost a few games. Jerry's like, oh, come on in here, Emmett. We need you. Well, you'll see. It's coming. It's coming. They're going to have to pay that man.
I think it was the first game they and then the second game I remember because I think it was against the Giants and Emmitt Smith came back, got them, they paid him, came back and he bust our ass. Yeah.
The only thing was Chase played. He was on a snap count though, and they didn't have T. Higgins. They didn't have T. Higgins. T. Higgins was out, so it looked like they were, they didn't try to open it up at all. It looked like they were just playing, trying to
vanilla.
play.
Yeah,
it was very vanilla. Yeah, it was like.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, it was like you said, it was very vanilla. It looked like they weren't pushing the ball down the field, and Mixon is not there anymore, who had a great game for Houston. So they kind of lost some identity there with not having Mixon.
Yes.
In the backfield. But like I said, Chase hasn't practiced for so long. He looked like he was just going through the motions. Even though he stood up and played. No T Higgins, like I said. Yeah.
He got targeted 6 times. So I mean, 6 times, 62 yards.
Yeah, 6 times. So his targets are normally like in the teens. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. He gets it like Cooper Kupp. So P-Ron's not there either, right? He's gone too.
Yeah. He's gone too.
That running game that helped them get to that Super Bowl is no longer there. So they're going to have to figure that out. And they didn't play well defensively. They're going to have to figure that out. Basically.
I think Perrine's in Kansas City.
Yeah, he is in Kansas
City.
He
might be. Yeah. Guess what? They're going to see him next week. So they can go visit them next week and say, what up? When they get to Kansas, when they play Kansas City, they can just show, hey, homie. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen, man.
Yep, he is in Kansas City. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So definitely good win, but good win for the Pats. Shout out to the coach for his new win. Like you said, Jacoby Brissett.
First win. Yeah.
He didn't turn the ball over. He just was pedestrian and made sure that the Patriots was in it. Kicked a bunch of field goals. That was it. Patriots are going to struggle, man. This is a new thing for the Patriots. They absolutely have, starting over, kind of a reset. Belichick is gone. He's on his Instagram and his NFL stuff now doing TV. And Brady's gone, of course, and they're starting over, man. They're doing a hard reset, man. So 20 plus years of being good, 7 Super Bowls later, 6 Super Bowls later. Mm-hmm. So the people in New England and the Boston area, got very spoiled, and we might be going back to the Steve Grogan years. What was my other man that used to play there? Jim Plunkett, before he went to the Raiders and won a Super Bowl. So. We'll definitely see.
Boy, Steve
Yo, man. I can't.
Right now, just pick something more here, baby. Fumble!
The dude just dropped the ball, man.
Fred Warner. Yeah.
Throw it up for the West Side.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Niners in here. Hopefully, it's not the same old Jets.
It's looking like it.
The Niners got the ball on the Jets' 32-yard line. Yeah, let me move on to the next game. Hold on one second here. We go to Orchard Park, New York. For all the changes the Buffalo Bills had at wide receiver and on defense this offseason, the one big constant that remained was quarterback Josh Allen. And when the four-time defending AFC East champions needed their franchise player the most after falling behind by 14 points in the season opener against Arizona on Sunday, Allen delivered by taking matters into his own hands and leaping legs. Allen caped his 4-touchdown outing, a 34-28 win by going airborne, scrambling to his right from Arizona 6. Allen burst forward and to the goal line and hurdled Buda Baker before being pushed from behind by another Cardinals defender and landing hard in the end zone. So Josh Allen was 18-22, 2 TDs, no turnovers for 232 yards. Listen, I watched this game on Red Zone, and I thought Arizona was playing well at the beginning. They was up by 14, as we just read the report, the article from the AP, and I thought Arizona. I said, okay, all right, Arizona's doing his thing. Kyler, he's doing his thing, and then lo and behold, they couldn't hold on to it. I don't even think that Marvin. I'll have to check the stats here. Did Marvin Harrison Jr. have anything yesterday? Did he get?
He had one reception.
One reception. 4 yards, targeted
4 yards.
So I don't know. Let me give it to DA. That's DA's.
He definitely wasn't in the scheme. He wasn't in the scheme of anything. So I don't know what you do for that. And there goes what's his name? Diggs. Diggs was gone from Buffalo, and I guess it didn't matter because he found Khalil Shakir, and my man, what's his name? The other dude, Mac Hollins for a touchdown. So
yeah, also too, man. I think he spread the ball out. I think he hit like 11 different receivers.
Yes,
11 different players caught the ball. So the one positive, you can take from not having like a alpha wide receiver is that you're not trying to force him the ball and stuff like that. You just pass it to whoever's open. Whenever you have a receiver, as elite like how like how Diggs has been, you try to sometimes force feed him the ball, and that can cause mistakes. But yeah, Josh, the game he's played within the game. The game came to him. He was just hitting the open guy, and then when he had to use his feet, he's going to use his feet. So that's what he did. Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, DA. You muted, sir.
Oh dear.
Okay, yeah, wrong hand.
There you go.
Yeah. I like Josh Allen when he's in his bag, right? When he's playing within the game, letting it come to him, running when he has to, not trying to force the ball, not trying to use the howitzer, just hitting the open receiver. Sometime it may be a 5-yard pass, 15-yard pass. You don't need to go all the way down the field. If you don't need to go all the way down the field, they came back methodically on Arizona and they won the game. So I got no problem. I thought it was a good game, and I enjoyed seeing the other facets of the team, especially the defensive line play really well in the second half of the game. So I got no issues with the win, man. I'm a good game for them, man. So good game. I thought they were going to lose, but I saw the old momentum started coming back on their side in the second half. I was like, "Uh-oh, this can get interesting." So yeah,
it did look like that earlier, but Buffalo, pulled it out. 24 points in the second half. So
yeah, kudos to Josh.
They got it together in the second half.
Well, we'll see.
And Kyler looked good. So I'm not going to.
Yeah, he did. No. I definitely can't. Defense let him down a little bit, but Kyler played well. Like I said, they was up, and I thought they had this game in the bag, and then like you said, they came back in the fourth quarter, and in the second half, and that was pretty much all she wrote, man. Let me go to the next game. In South Florida, Miami Gardens, Florida, for the Miami Dolphins, the day started with chaos and ended with the celebration. According to the AP, Jason Sanders nailed a 52-yard field goal as time expired. And the Dolphins, on probably one of the most bizarre days in their history, one where two players were placed in handcuffs outside the stadium a few hours before kickoff, rallied past the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-17 on Sunday to win their fourth straight season opener. First off, a big season payday, Tua threw for 336 yards and a touchdown and led Miami on an 8-play, 31-yard drive over the final 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Tyreek Hill started the comeback with an 80-yard touchdown catch that sparked Miami's sluggish offense in the third quarter and got the Dolphins within 17-14. After the score, Hill placed his hands behind his back as if he simulated being handcuffed hours before he was placed face down and handcuffed on a street by Miami-Dade police officers after being stopped for a traffic violation. And he says this, I have no idea what happened for real. No idea, man. It was crazy. No idea. Hill said when asked why he was handcuffed after being stopped. He said for speeding and reckless driving, I wasn't disrespectful because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss, didn't do anything like that. I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. And so for all those still trying to figure it out, I just got a notification. Looks like they released the body cam video. So check it out for yourselves and see what happened. Miami-Dade Police Department, they released the body cam video. But most importantly, everybody's good. Everybody's safe. And, they played some football, and we'll see. We'll definitely see. They started. You can tell something was wrong because they got off to an absolutely sluggish start. As y'all called them the other night, who called them Goldilocks?
The angry one.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Trevor played
Trevor
well.
Trevor played a okay game. 12-21, 162.
Yeah. The play of the game to me that really catapulted Miami to the victory on the comeback was that defensive play. Where they were about to go up two possessions. Mm-hmm. And the defender for the Dolphins punched the ball out right at the goal line, and Jacksonville was getting ready to go up the two possessions, and that's when Tyreek and Tua struck for that 80-yard play. That got him back in the game, got the crowd into it. Yes, that was a big play of the game because you go up two possessions, you can pretty much run the clock and things of that nature. But but the Dolphins are explosive, so they're never out of a game. Nope. But yeah, that was a huge play, great defensive play, man. I know ATN was you can tell he was pissed off on the bench, and right after that possession, they scored the 80-yard touchdown play.
Yep, to Tyreek Hill, to the cheetah, definitely. D-Dub's thoughts on Miami and Jacksonville?
I thought Jacksonville had something, man. I thought they was playing pretty good, man. First half it was 17-7 at the half. I said, okay, Jacksonville was but it was shut down in the second half. Miami regrouped. Kudos to them. They regrouped and got together. Like I said, Travis Etienne, man. I think that was awful. I think he was running. He ran into the end zone and fumbled the ball.
Yeah, that was a killer right there.
I said, "Oh my god, that was one. You can't do that, man. Expect to try to beat.
You go up by 2 scores in this game.
Stay focused.
Yeah." That was the play. What Ryan was talking about. I just remembered that I seen that, and I was like, yeah, it was Travis Etienne. He fumbled that going in end zone. Yeah, and pretty much that was it. That was focused, it, man. Yeah, absolutely. And Tua had a fantastic game: 23-37, 338, TD. Can't ask for more than that. And Tyreek Hill is just a natural born talent. He catches the ball, and he had 2 defenders on him, and that looked like they could have a hand on him, and he just pulled away and said bye-bye.
Hey, goodbye.
Yeah.
4-2 is 4-2. There's nothing you can do with that. So
Yeah, I mean,
and it's crazy, man, because I was watching, I watched it live. I'm like, there's no way he stayed in bounds. I thought he stepped out 3 times. I'm like, and it was amazing. I'm like, to walk a tightrope like that at that speed.
At that speed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
be
crazy.
able to concentrate, to catch the ball, concentrate to move, to turn, pivot, and move upfield, man. I mean, come on, man. That's a talent. That's a focus, all that. Shout out to Tyreek Hill.
He is really the opposite of what people portray him to be. Like he's just a wild guy out there. Now he really works on his craft all the time, and that's why he's that good. So he's a great receiver. And hey, they're gonna start putting some respect on that man's name, man. You're gonna start because he's not throwing the ball on the team. He's getting his dudes involved, spreading the ball around. He runs if he has to. Tua can play, y'all.
Yeah. And Waddle had over 100 yards, so that's another speedster. I mean, the whole team is like track stars. A-Chain, Mostert, Waddle, Tyreek. They're all fast, man. So the whole thing with them is nobody's worried about. No, everybody knows that the Dolphins are going to be good now, but when it starts to get cold, that's their issue. Can they play and grind out a win in the elements?
Well, that means they just got to get home field advantage.
That's easier said. That's easier said than done. But still,
I got you. But if that's what's their Achilles
the other part of that, I don't think that's. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I hate when people say that shit because you act like everybody that's playing on their team, though they play in Miami now, grew up in Miami. They got dudes from Wisconsin, New York. They grew up in the cold, playing in the cold, man. Just that they play for Miami now.
Right.
They're just having a hard time with certain teams. I think they have a hard time with specific teams.
Yeah, I think it's more about their style of play, not the actual players. It's the style of play. They're they're an up-tempo team. They use their speed. When it's it's not that they don't they can't function in the cold. It's just their style of play. Can you when it's snowing or raining, that speed gets kind of nullified a little bit. You know what I mean? Where it's not a fast track. So that's the point I was making. So yeah, but I mean, I don't think nobody wants to play in below freezing weather. Like when they played in Kansas City in the playoffs.
No.
I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's just.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you with that. So it's cold.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely
cold.
cold.
Tyreek was there. Tyreek was there playing in that cold and winning Super Bowls there. So it's like I said, man, they'll be okay. I think it's like a progression, like we talk about everything else. It's a progression. You start here, you end there. So I think they'll be fine.
Jets answered back. Reese Hall.
Oh no, I think the Jets going to beat us tonight, bro.
Aaron Rodgers.
I do.
All off the Brees Hall.
No McCaffrey.
McCaffrey ain't playing tonight. What went on with McCaffrey? Go ahead. DAD is the Niners fan. What happened? Go ahead. Calf, right? Okay.
Calf is still
calf. It went from a calf to Achilles now, I heard. So
yes.
Yeah, so we'll see what it is.
Yeah. So Jets are up 6-3.
We'll see what it is, man.
3:51 left in quarter number 1. There and I don't know where they play at. Not San Francisco, Palo Alto, wherever they play at. Let me go to another fun game. Then we're gonna get out of here. Indianapolis, the Houston Texans invested heavily in all season, giving C.J. Stroud some more additional weapons. It's already paying dividends. Stephon Diggs scored 2 touchdown passes, and Joe Mixon ran for 159 yards, another score in their Houston debut to help the Texans close out a 29-27 victory against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. It's everything for us. Texas coach DeMarco Ryan said of his new tag team tandem. Those guys go out and make plays. D'Amico, Ryan plays no matter what the situation is. Like when you count on those guys to make plays, it's huge for our team. And just for our offense, that's what they did. The entire team providing energy they did for our team. It's outstanding. So Stroud, he was 24-32 with 234 yards and no turnovers. And the AFC defending South champs beat a very close game. This is a very entertaining game. Richardson, I'm glad he's back. He played well. He was 9-19, 212, 2 TDs. He threw the ball one time to the other team for interception. But I think they gave the ball to Taylor, ran the ball, and I think he's still running a little bit too much for me. He ran 6 attempts, 56 yards. But hey, that's neither here nor there. I'll give it to D-Dubs. Your thoughts on? Let me tell you this about the Texans, though. The fact that they put in more pieces around them, man, they look really, really like, spread out their offense and all that stuff, and them going deep, and man, Stroud look even better. I'm shout out to the Texans organizations for putting some more pieces around Stroud.
That sounds familiar.
No, we didn't get there yet. So go ahead,
familiar.
Go ahead and go ahead, D.
Yeah, no, you giving them kudos, man. You said for buying stuff that they bought stuff that wasn't broke.
Things that work. They didn't buy broke shit.
I'll never see nobody who just go and buy broke shit. Yeah, they bought stuff that absolutely works.
Right.
Yes, and as we're gonna get there, but Mixon and Stephon Diggs, what can you say, man? Those are excellent pieces, and they went after what they wanted and got it, and surrounded their young second-year quarterback with some great pieces in order for him to progress. So shout outs to the Houston Texans for so far so good, doing the right thing and understanding the game of football and putting people in the right place. Anthony Richardson, man, he threw a bomb for like 60 yards, man. That thing was a beauty.
That thing was beautiful, man. Yes,
that thing was a beauty. He threw it and dropped it right in there, and that was a good thing. Go ahead, Ryan.
And what makes that pass more incredible was he lost his balance, almost got sacked, and he didn't even step into the pass. He threw it off balance.
He got an arm
on a rope.
Yeah. He's serious.
Yeah.
He's a serious athlete. And once he gets the quarterback, but he hadn't been
once he understands what he's doing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, because you can tell absolutely, because you can tell he's missing the touch, so he hasn't gotten the feel for the game yet. Like you said, D. That's a great point. So once he gets that touch going, he's gonna be lights out. But that's why CJ Stroud is so special, because he has a good feel for the game, man. When to throw the ball, fast or with some velocity, or put some touch on the ball. He's comfortable in the pocket. He's just, and like you said, they just gave him more weapons with Diggs and Mixon. Man, Houston's gonna be tough, man. Houston's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
definitely, man.
Yeah,
good game.
They'll win it this year for sure.
Win what? The South again, or?
Yeah. I think there'll be a test for Kansas City this year. I believe so, because that defense is good enough to do it. So but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think they'll challenge. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Some
other mentionable games. I'll just say just won't go into definitely. The Steelers did enough to beat the Falcons 18-10. Fields 17-23, and Cousins 16 of 26, 155 yards, 1 TD. I saw one thing already. They want to put in Michael Penix Jr. already in Atlanta. I was like, man, after one game, relax.
Jesus.
I was shocked though how that offense. I mean, I know Pittsburgh has always had a good defense. You have Watt there. I get it, but man, I was really surprised how they struggled offensively. Really was.
So I heard this morning that Kirk Cousins was hurt.
He's come up the Achilles too. So yeah.
Correct.
That's what they said. So they said, he couldn't plant, he couldn't do this. So he couldn't get into play action because he wasn't under the center. He couldn't hand the ball off because he can't plant his foot. Yada yada yada.
Well, you know what, D? That sounds great and that's cool, but that's why we got preseason, but we don't want to play that.
Yeah,
and so
but
I don't know what
if he can't play, then Penix should have just been in there from Jump Street, right? Ain't that what we're supposed to be doing?
You can't feed the baby.
You know what?
They don't have the baby.
They don't have the baby.
They don't think maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
if you can't feed the baby,
you'll be always crying, hustling, stealing, lying.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to hear it, bro. I'm just serious. I'm serious, man.
Yeah. So that's why I think the Michael Penix Jr. thing is a real thing, because they're saying we can't waste all these weapons, and if this dude's not healthy and he can't do it, we got to move on. Now, in some situations, I think that may be the right move. Move on quickly, right? Why? You caught her cheating on you. No reason to be sitting there talking about, maybe she'd be love me. She might love me.
Right.
No, she was cheating on you. You caught her. Literally caught her. Let her go. Move on. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and to give him, to sign him coming off an Achilles, that's that's questionable too. That's questionable too, man. That Achilles is no joke. Take it from a guy who ruptured his Achilles, who's not an athlete, who I could barely walk afterwards. I can't even imagine playing a sport.
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
You're pretty good to
watch. That's questionable. It's stupid. It's
stupid.
What DA? What we said? Buying shit.
Why you buying broke shit? You know the shit broke. Why you buy it?
Why you buying it?
And that's why they drafted Penix when they did. Because, like I said, what I always say, fellas.
Go ahead.
Exactly. These pockets are deep, man. They'll pay you to go away. Yeah. Deshaun Watson gonna find that out real quick too. They're gonna pay him to go away.
Yeah. Boy, he's horrible.
Watch.
Yeah, he's horrible, man.
Kirk Cousins, $180 million, includes $50 million signing bonus, $100 million guaranteed.
Yeah, baby.
$90 million in 2024 and 2025, plus another $10 million in 2020.
In the ATL, baby. Yeah, that kind of money out there, boy, brother, get in trouble. Trouble.
Yeah. But shout out to Mike Bristol. He said the Falcons will be fine. Cousins will be fine. Shout out to Mike Bristol.
Yeah. Okay, Mike. I got you. Okay.
I do too. I do too. I think the Falcons are gonna be all right.
Yeah, we'll wait on them. What's going to happen? The division is winnable. So the division is winnable.
Yeah, because the Panthers are god awful.
Saints are crap. Panthers are god awful. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay and them. That's it.
Well, Baker had a good day. Good day.
Be able to beat Tampa Bay. No, Tampa Bay had a good game. Baker had a good game.
How good was Baker? Baker was phenomenal yesterday.
Yeah, Baker was good yesterday.
Yeah, but y'all know I got to bounce, right?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, because I'm gonna fall asleep on the show, so I don't want to disrespect the show, man.
Okay, well, we'll catch you later. Yeah.
Man.
Thank you for telling.
Yeah, the Niners might not.
We're almost finished.
The Niners might not win this game, but we're good.
Did he just pull up peace out? Well, hold on. Well, thanks that. Just moving like that. Let me go over here. There you go. We got it all set up there now. The DH funny. Shout out to E-Dub. Shout out. Hey, another good game last night was the Rams and the Lions. That game was 26-20. Good fought game. Throughout the Lions finally came down. Let me just read this real quick. The Lions opened the season by outlasting the Rams with a balanced offense, grinding out yards on the ground and going to the air for some pivotal plays just as they did in their NFC wildcard game. Montgomery's 1-yard touchdown in overtime lifted the Lions to a 26-20 victory over Matthew Stafford-led Rams on Sunday night. That was a well-played game. I watched that game last night, the Sunday night game. Detroit. I'm rooting for Detroit. I'm rooting for Detroit to do their thing, and they definitely did. Go ahead, D-Dubs, before we get out of here.
Nah, man. Detroit. Shout outs to them. Hopefully they. I think I want to pick them to win the NFC.
NFC, just the NFC or the NFC North?
No, the North. And
they're definitely favorites. Yeah.
They should be able to take that up and take it to the next level. I mean, they almost did it last year. So we'll see. Hopefully, they could build off of what they did last year. So I think most of the pieces is back. And I'm laughing, right? Because I want to shout out to Mike Bristol, man, because he gave me this. He's so funny, man. This is the ring I want to give. I want Daniel Jones to get this one right here. This is this ring, this bullshit ass ring. And he gave me. Yo, shout out to him. Yeah, that's what we'll give to Daniel Jones, man. Yo, man. I didn't want to talk about it, Kev, but I gotta talk about it. The Giants is a dumpster fire, man. This is after one game. Yes, after one game, folks. I'm telling you, everybody's talking about how awful they was yesterday. And I can't do it, man. I'm probably gonna have to jump ship like I normally do. I can't. Yeah, number 8. I'm sorry, E. You right. Number 8. He will not be Daniel Jones. It will be number 8 to me, and not Aaron Rodgers. I'm talking about the other Giant, the other team, New York team. Go ahead, Kev. Turn your mic on.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
There.
I watched the Giants for 2 series, just single-handed, no red zones. I said, okay, my team is on. I'm going to check out the Giants, see what they got. And my goodness. And then I said, I can't do this no more. I said, let me just put it on the red zone because I will be frustrated the whole afternoon. Watched the red zone. I saw how Daniel Jones threw a pick 6 again. And I read something or saw something on social media today where he has had more pick 6 in the last couple years than touchdowns. Do you hear what I'm saying? He's had more pick 6 than touchdowns. Yes, it's early. It's hard to believe that Daniel Jones has been with the Giants for 5 years now. He's been hurt.
6
years.
At least 6 years, dog.
6 years. When does I'm not saying experiment. He's a professional athlete. I'm sure he's a fine person. But when
It's not personal.
Yeah, it's not
personal, dog.
When does this end? The Giants need to go get a quarterback. This was laughable. Minnesota, they're okay team. And I don't know. The Giants, you don't build from within. None of this stuff. Now, I feel like we're going to waste Malik Neighbors like how we did Saquon Barkley. Barkley went ham down in Brazil with 3 touchdowns against Green Bay the other night with the Eagles. And I said it on record that when he plays the Giants 2 times each year, I believe he's going to get 200 yards both games. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad. No, don't waste another man's career. Don't. Ryan, I don't know if we're jumping out the window already. Maybe you can jump me and help me off the ledge, man. Go ahead, Ryan, before we end it.
As far as the Giants go?
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Giants, dog.
I mean,
why you had to say it like that, bro?
Ryan said,
it's just. All right.
Yeah, it's the Giants, man.
Listen, only thing I'm gonna say about the Giants is, and New York is, man, at least the NBA gonna start soon. And you got the Knicks.
Bro, I said that too, man. I said, you know what? I can't wait to look forward to the Knicks.
My mother always said, if I ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Y'all got the Knicks, man.
You're right.
Y'all got the Knicks. Enjoy your Knicks.
We got the Yankees. You're right.
And the Yankees. Yeah.
You're right.
If they don't play the Astros.
I'm with you, the coach, the GM. Yeah, dog. And you trying to sell me something like I don't see what you're selling me. It's garbage. We know the coach says he didn't think about going nowhere else. He didn't think about, pulling the quarterback. And I got 80,000 people in the stands saying, dog, you should have thought about pulling the quarterback. You should have thought about it. Yo, the fans are tired. The fan base is tired. We done went through coach. We done changed GMs. Something's got to give at this point. People are paying a lot of money. The organization, yes, it's not the same organization. I don't know what happened, but this is god awful. We going on. I told you, you don't get the right quarterback. That's 10 years. That's at least 10 years that you're gonna be bad. And we're approaching the 13-year, the 13-year effect now.
Yeah,
I'm done, kid.
He's done. He's done. Definitely, man. Real quick, couple other things. Caleb Williams and Bo Nix got their starts. The Bears won their game against Tennessee.
Don't even get me started on that crap.
Well, we'll get you started. Tennessee, yeah. Well, Ryan, let's talk about because you're tight.
Listen.
That pass Will Levis do, Ryan.
It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Look. Okay, we're up 17-0. Okay, they kick a field goal. Cool. Chicago's they don't even have an offense. They're not moving the ball. We give up a block punt. They return it for a touchdown. Now it's 17-10. They kick two field goals, 17-16. Right? You're up. You're up by 1 point in the fourth quarter. This is not a play where you have to make something happen. Punt the ball, take the sack, and punt the ball. This dude looked right into the defender's face and threw and not even an underhand, like a flip pass. And as soon as he passed it, he put his hands on his head like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" Well, come on, man. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It makes me miss Ryan Tannehill.
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And after what Ryan Tannehill did in that playoff game against Cincinnati, I didn't think I could ever forgive him. But now I miss him. It's ridiculous, man. It's just bad.
I'm watching Red Zone. I'm saying, oh shoot, Tennessee's going to beat the Bears. And like I think Bristol said, Caleb Williams is trash. He wasn't light. He didn't do anything spectacular yesterday. It was his first game or whatever.
Not a thing.
It's too soon. Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. But that pass
and not only that too, Kev. Keenan Allen dropped a easy pass that he normally catches in the end zone. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that goes on in the game that makes your stat line, either look great or look bad. So. But yeah.
Gotcha. What other news? I said that Dak Prescott, he got $240 million. Do the Browns need a reset in Cleveland for Deshaun Watson? And as I said at the beginning of the show, Deshaun Watson looks like he got another civil lawsuit against him. Deshaun Watson, man, the Cowboys just looked like a professional team, of course, and the Browns look like a JV team and wasn't even close. Go ahead, D-Dubs. You shaking your head, and we'll get on that.
The Browns keep browning, and yeah, it's ain't much I got to say, man. They just made the worst deal for a quarterback we've ever seen. Everybody, we never seen nothing like that. And again, you buying junk. You bought junk. And that's just what it is, man. So yeah, Dallas, all the Dallas fans already, man. As soon as I walked in work, man, they already going to the Super Bowl already, though. It's like, yo, man, they're the most annoying fan base, man. But I enjoy messing with them because they funny. They funny.
Because when they lose, you can't.
When they lose, you can't find them, bro. You can't find them.
Mike Bristol, yes, they was missing both tackles in their defense, but I think they need more than that, man. They was missing Chubb also. Chubb didn't play yesterday, but the quarterback play wasn't good yesterday. And maybe Watson is still hurt. I don't know.
I'm not buying that neither, man. Maybe he's just not the guy that we thought he was, and that's why Houston was talking about getting rid of him, and then they want to pay him the money and the whole mess and everything. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that could have been it.
Too much to chew on. Yeah, I get
too
it.
much is a lot. Yeah.
But, he was fantastic. He was fantastic in Houston, though.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he was the man.
He was fantastic in Houston.
I give him one. I know he had death in the family. I think his father passed away. He had some other things going on this past weekend. So again, with all that stuff going on, he said he wanted to play with the team. I get it, but if you got that much going on, if there's a lot going on, sometimes you might want to just step back, and it's fine. I think people would understand that. You got death in the family and things like that. So, but other than that,
and it's just one game. There's a lot of overreactions after one game. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I get that.
All throughout the league, all throughout the league is overreaction. Even with the Giants, it's overreaction.
It's overreaction.
He's gonna play better. You know,
but Ryan, there's a lot of.
I pray.
We pray, and it just goes back to I think the NFL, what we doing here, and when these guys don't get practice, and you're not putting a lot of time into that, and you just sending these guys out here, and this is what we see, and it's like, yo, this is absolute trash, man. You know what I'm saying? So like the Giants look like I don't know what the hell Daboll was running. I mean, it played very, very tentative, very scared, very didn't push the envelope. So, but that's a whole nother story, man. Gotta get on out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here, man. Like I said, this is a Monday Night Football Blitz. Look like we're gonna move this up to 7:00 a little bit because we had a lot to talk about. So we'll let you know. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Shout out to my people that made up this beautiful overlay for us. I was trying to get used to it tonight, as you can see. Hey, beautifully done, man. Yo, we're just trying to put the brand out there. Yo, share the page with somebody. They love sports. They love real sports talk. Holla at us. Sound like a real New York talk. Holla at us, man. Definitely holla at us, man. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for all those that's hollering at us on all our social media and on YouTube. Thank you so much, man. You know, the Sports Chaser, we're just trying to keep rising to the top. The Jets are up 7-6 with 12:01 left in the second quarter. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Hey, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, your host and moderator. On behalf of Daryl D. Dels Warren, for Ryan D'Souza, for the DA, for Mike Mills, for the hockey dude, Dan, and for James, the angry one, Warren. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Hey, y'all, be good, be great. Hey, check us out Thursday, man, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.